Hello students, hi all 10 standards, how are you? Hope all of you are doing absolutely fine, and I know everybody likes science, right? Science is actually, cannot be considered as a subject. Instead, I can tell you it is something that is related with your day-to-day life activities, and whatever see around you, it is nothing but science, right? And one of the major branch of science that deals with matter around you and many reactions happening around you comes under the subject called chemistry. So do you think that chemistry is a complicated subject? Don't think in that way, right? So here we Vidwath will help you to make it easier. Right, students? So let us go to our today's session. Let us start with the first chapter in chemistry, that is nothing but chemical reactions and equations. So to understand about the chemical reactions, you know what are the different things that you see around you, or what are the different changes that you see around you. For example, curdling of milk, or suppose if you are just moving out from your house, you will be moving in a vehicle, right? So for starting the vehicle, even you know that is nothing but combustion. Combustion is nothing but a chemical reaction. And the next one, every day we take food, right? So the food what we eat gets digested. What is it? It is nothing but certain chemical reactions are happening with the help of certain enzymes as well as certain chemicals present inside your stomach. So even that is nothing but a chemical reaction. Similarly, your respiration, exchange of gases, is it just you are inhaling and exhaling? No, there are a lot of process that is nothing but chemical reactions that is taking place inside your body. So I can tell you whatever you see around you, actually it is based upon certain chemical reactions. Okay guys, so now I have a question for you. To understand about the chemical reactions, we should know about certain changes also that is taking place around us. Fine. So what are the different chemical changes that we see around you can be given here in the form of certain examples. See here, burning of candle is an example for a chemical reaction. And you know, germination of a seed. Yes, it is nothing but a change that is happening around you. And here what you can see, even the change in climate or change in weather, I can tell you, these are nothing but what? Chemical changes around you. Right? Okay, I cannot tell you, and I'm not telling you it is specifically as a chemical change. There are different types of changes happening around us, right? So now let us move on to the different types of changes. And you people have been learning from your lower classes what the different types of changes happening around you. And it can be classified into two. That the one basic thing is about the change is physical change, and the second type of change is known as the chemical change. Okay, so now let us discuss in detail about what do you mean by a physical change and what do you mean by a chemical change with the help of certain examples. Yes, so here the first example what we can see here is the melting of ice, right? So what is melting of ice? Ice is converted into its liquid state, or ice is converting into water. And I can give you another example of boiling of water. So in boiling of water, what you can see? Water is changing into its vapor state. And yes, what you can see here is cutting of papers, right? Or tearing of papers or crumbling of papers. All are examples for nothing but physical changes. So what can you see in common about all the three examples? I can tell you that in all the three examples there is no new substances formed. Okay, so in a physical change I can tell you no new substance is formed. And I can also tell you that there is only a change of matter will take place. What do you mean by change of matter? Change from one type of matter from solid to liquid, or liquid to gas, or gas to liquid, in that way. So a physical change is a change where no new substance is formed and there is only a change in matter is taking place. And one more point about a physical change is that they are reversible in nature. So now let us move to the chemical changes. So what will be the chemical change? Exactly, it will be just the reverse of a physical change, right? So any change in which some new substance will be formed is known as a chemical change. So as you can see in the first example, burning of paper. So paper is burned. What are the different things you are getting out of it? You can get heat, light, etc. And finally, what you get is the ash. Ash is nothing but it is a new substance. You are not getting the paper back, isn't it? So chemical change is a change, I can tell you, a change in which a new substance is formed exactly. And here you can see the ripening of the fruits, right? Even in the ripening of the fruits, what you can see is that certain chemical changes are happening which will cause the ripening of the fruits, as well as I can tell you even the spoilage of food. So that even in the spoilage of food, due to certain reactions, certain new products are formed which makes the food spoil. And one more example, yes, burning of a matchstick is also can be given as an example for a chemical change. So let us see what are the different points that in a chemical change, I can tell you a new substance is formed. No new substance is formed. And what is the next point about a physical change? The next point is that physical changes are reversible in nature, but chemical changes are irreversible in nature, right? And one more point in a physical change is that there is only a change in matter will take place. What do you mean by change in matter? Any change in from a solid to liquid or liquid to gas or gas to liquid, anything can happen. But what exactly happens in a chemical change is that totally the chemical composition of the substance is changing. So there is a change in chemical composition of the substance. So these are the differences between a physical change and a chemical change. Yes. Now let us move on to the important part of this chapter is about the chemical reactions. So any changes, and you know when two chemicals are mixed together, you can see different changes happening, right? So that is what is called as a chemical reactions. Now, to understand this chemical reaction, we can understand it with the help of a simple example. So, what is shown here is you have a magnesium ribbon. Okay, you have a magnesium ribbon. What is shown here is the magnesium ribbon. Okay, and you are burning the magnesium ribbon on flame. So this is nothing but a burning, or I can tell you, you call it as a combustion reaction. So what's happening here, when magnesium is burnt, you can see that white ashes are produced. Okay, that is the product. White ashes which is produced as a result of burning is known as the magnesium oxide. So what is the product here formed exactly is nothing but magnesium oxide. So I can tell you what are the reactants. So you have two main things in a chemical reaction. The first one is known as the reactants, and the second one is known as the products. So reactants are the substances nothing but that are reacting together before a chemical reaction, and whatever is formed after the reaction, that is called as a product. So in this chemical reaction, whatever is shown here, what can be called as a reactant? Magnesium and oxygen are called as the reactants, and magnesium oxide formed is called as the product. Is that clear? So now I can write this magnesium and oxygen in terms of formulae. So how will you write that? Magnesium is reacting with oxygen and it gives you magnesium oxide. So this is exactly the chemical representation of any chemical reaction. Hope you enjoyed the session. For more conceptual videos, do subscribe our Vidwath app and share.